Hello, this is Nick from Breaker Press Games, and this is the Breaker Bulletin for December 19th, 2023. Alright, so there is a lot to talk about today. So I'm going to jump right into it. This is my monthly update on everything going on with Breaker Press Games. I'm going to talk about Kickstarters, Patreon, etc. So, that being said, let's jump into it. First and foremost, huge news. I actually tried to record a video yesterday talking about this, but I was so excited. I was moving all over the place, and the autofocus on my camera made it completely unwatchable because I was just so excited. But I'll show this off. I picked up the proof for the Protectorate of Genulane. Now, for those that don't know, this was an adventure that I kickstarted 2 years ago. It has been, kind of pushed around for a long time because of the fact that I was going through a separation right when it was supposed to ship. And between the depression, anxiety, yada yada, I just couldn't focus on a big project. This thing's 48 pages. And so I dove deep into doing really small projects. That's actually how the Patreon really kind of got off the ground. But this was the weight around my neck for forever, and I am so excited to show this thing off. It is a duet adventure. It was inspired by two things. Both James Posnell Jr. Had released an adventure called The House of the Red Doors, which is a duet adventure. And I was really excited about it. I ran it for a few different people during the pandemic, and it was a lot of fun, but also ultra lethal. So, I had thoughts about it on how to, do things a little bit differently. At the time, Matt Colville had, not that long ago, released a video about one-on-one adventures, etc. And so I had all these ideas kicking around in my head on how to do things a little bit differently than James did. And it just so happened that Shane Davis, one of my players, his zero-level character leveled up, wanted to become a cleric. We talked about different deities, and he went with Gorhan the Helmed Vengeance, and he asked for a training montage, a thing to show his development from going from a zero-level peasant to a first-level cleric. And thus, the first draft, the first 12 pages in a Google Doc of the Protectorate of Genulane was born. And so, I'd done a ton of work on it. It had turned into this, big kind of sprawling document, and I commissioned art from Matt Sticker, a fairly well-known metal artist, and was like, yeah, this is awesome. We are going to go to Kickstarter, and then kind of my bunch of things in my life all kind of came crashing. But the long and short of it is this project is now just about done. I was going through and doing my last minute highlighting of things. I happened to notice, like, somebody was like, oh, if there's just some problems with some images and what have you, you just send it to print. Let's just get this thing done. And I'm glad that I'm going through and doing the read through because the table of contents, as it turns out, I added 8 pages that are not notated in the table of contents. So there's certain things that need to be tweaked. I'm just doing a final read-through. Alex, my editor, is doing a final read-through of the proof. And we are going to get this thing done, hopefully in a few days. And then it'll go to print. And then, before the end of December, we should have the copies in hand and ready to ship. So, exciting stuff. I am going to say, while I've got your attention on this, this project is available for pre-order right now. I recommend going, if you did not back the Kickstarter, go and pre-order through the Breaker Press web store. You can also get this cool deck of cards, the Protectorate deck. And the Protectorate deck, they're in that training montage, there are 12 different encounters potential encounters that a character can go through. You normally run 5 during the Path of the Valorous portion of the adventure. You normally do 5 of these encounters, and so they're presented with 2 options at each point along the path. They'll draw 2 cards and make a decision as to which direction that they're going to go in towards which of these features. It normally uses a poker deck, and so each of the encounters is actually listed like Ace, Fieldstone, Staircase, or you can use that icon which is on one of these cards. So that being said, this adventure, as I said, it is normally run as a duet adventure, but it is written so that you have the full details of the Tower Genulain, all of the awesome NPCs. I really enjoy running Laster Bagbearer and Old Chaplain Derman. Old Chaplain Derman is just a riot to run at the table. You understand after you give him a good read if you pick this up. But like Laster Bagbearer, this guy right here. There we are. Very schmoozy tax collector. Some people love him. Most people hate him. And I actually, this month's Patreon reward that I just posted up is actually a pamphlet all about running the tax collectors being encountered along any of the roads around Stennard. So yeah, this can be used as a sandbox setting, or it can be used Fight Club style, where you get thrown onto the front steps of the Tower Genulain in order to pledge your commitment to Gorhan the Helm Vengeance, and you get put along the path. So you've got options with what you can do with these 48 pages. There's also at the back, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new monsters. One of them has a random roll component, so that monster could be many different monsters. And that's the other thing with the 12 encounters along the Path of the Valorous, is that most of them have a random roll component, or at least a lot of them have a random roll component. So for example, encounter 7, Battle Clearing. I'm going to get this thing back off the screen here. The Battle Clearing, there are 6 different clearings that you can roll randomly on the chart, and then there is an adversary victim and avatar mechanic when you start to walk the path, because it is supposed to reflect a spiritual journey, and so these different elements are thrown in to create a stew of different visuals along this spiritual journey in order to create a unique experience for that particular character. And so in my current campaign, a number of my players have actually gone through, they've walked the path multiple times, and they enjoy it every time because they get a new experience every time. So I'm going to stop harping on about the Protector of the Genulain. I'm very excited about it. I hope you are too. Go pre-order if you did not back the Kickstarter. So what else is going on? Let's talk about Sorceress Rites of the Elements. I will use this sticker as a visual. Sorceress Rites of the Elements is just about done. I said this in the previous video. I've got one more spell to go, and I've been tweaking the Elementalist. I've been having my players playtest some of the abilities in my recent campaign games, and I'm feeling really good about it. As soon as the Protectorate of Genulain is done, I'm done going through the proof, and it is sent to print. It'll probably be a week or 2 before Sorceress Rites of the Elements is ready to go to Alex for editing, and then go to print as well. So probably end of the year, beginning of the year, the Sorceress Rights of the Elements will be done as well. So let's talk about. There's been a number of people that have been requesting a update on Tragedy at Woodwitch Rise. Tragedy at Woodwitch Rise. I've been only tinkering around the edges the last couple of months because Protectorate of Genulane, it was such a very important project to get done and get off of the plate because it was so far behind. So Tragedy at Woodwitch Rise, it got pushed back a couple of months. But there has been a steady stream of art coming in, like the new cover that Trent Hackenberry did, along with a bunch of pieces that Ricardo Gaspar has turned in. So it's moving along. It will be done sometime in January, beginning of February at the latest. And so that brings us to Standard Courier Volume 2. Standard Courier Volume 2, that project crowdfunded in October. I already do have the stickers in hand from the beautiful art that Carlos Castillo did for the cover. That project, it's kind of on the back burner right now. I tinker around the edges whenever I get an idea that I need to add into one of the NPCs or whatever, but for the most part, it is waiting until I get these other things cleared. And then the big thing is that right now on Kickstarter, right now there's when I finish this video and get it posted, it'll be about 24 hours left. Rabid Dogs Volume 2. And Rabid Dogs Volume 2 will move very quickly, particularly because all of the articles have already been written. This project is a collection of things from the last 2 years of Patreon. And so piecemeal armor system, my slot-based encumbrance system, a bunch of different classes, including the Elementalist, the Goat, the Bruiser, and the Balladeer. The Balladeer has been in use for the last, not 6 months, 5 months, the last 5 months, and it has been an absolute joy to see it used at the table. The Bruiser has been around for 2 years now, and so the Elementalist has been played consistently along the way, and the Goat is brand new. So yeah, all of these things are things that have been in the pipe for a while. Art for all of these things has all been selected and what have you. So Rabid Dogs Volume 2, once the other stuff is off the plate, that thing is going to be lightning quick to get out because all of that stuff is basically, done and ready to go to editing. So that is that. What else do I need to talk about? Patreon. Because I had a backlog with the Protectorate of Genulane and really needing to clear space, I kind of backburnered Patreon for the last couple of months, which is something that I don't like to do. But there is a whole slew of stuff that is coming. I actually just posted onto the Patreon page the Bagbearer, which is a pamphlet all about Laster Bagbearer and what it's like to encounter these tax collectors on the roads around Stennard. I've got the Elementalist class, which will also be in Rabid Dogs and Sorceress Rights of the Elements. But that's just for those completists that want an individual class guide, just like all of the other class guides, that will be released soon. And then the Goat character class, which was a request that somebody had made on Discord, on a DCC Discord. And then I also have in the works Prisoners of Tower Genulane. And that was actually a scenario I ran for one of my earlier campaign groups from during the pandemic. Alex, my editor, Shane Davis, who was the inspiration for Protectorate of Genulane, both of those guys were in that group. It is literally a prison break scenario for those in the cells beneath Tower Genulane. The fluff text and all of that is already all written. We already have stats for the Protectorate Guard. Suggestions on ways to get out of the cells and make that prison break are all already written up. So it's really just me taking the Google Doc from 2 years ago with the new map of the dungeons beneath Tower Genulane. This map right here, and putting it on a pamphlet and putting that through editing, and that will be done and ready to go as well. So I've got lots of great stuff that is in the works. Oh man, we're at 15 minutes, so I should start wrapping this up. Other things to know. Indie RPG Creator Summit. I am one of the guests. I will be Zine Making 101 with Reverend Deck and John Wilson. So that will be in early January. I don't have the dates right in front of me, but I'm sure you've seen the advertising that Goodman Games has been doing for it. It is sponsored by Goodman Games and BackerKit. Especially if you are somebody that is thinking about getting involved in third-party publishing, I highly recommend participating in that event. The first 2 days are free, and the third day with the really premium content is $49. But yeah, I'm on one of the free days because zine making information should be free. So. And finally, there will be a video coming soon of a wrap-up of 2023. What did Breaker Press do? What did we screw up? That sort of thing, as well as plans for 2024. And I am very excited for things coming up in 2024. The one thing that I will say is it'll largely be, instead of a lot of brand new content, though that Patreon will have a lot of brand new content, a lot of it will be about circling back to the Mangled Hills, to the Whispering Woods, to the Forbidden Lands to the west, because I want to see us do some bigger, bolder projects that people have been asking for compilations of things for a while now. And so I think it's worthwhile to use the next few months to flesh things out a little bit deeper in order to start compiling some content for people into books. Hardcover books. Yeah, exciting. So that is what is going on with Breaker Press Games in December 9th for December 19th, 2023. I've got so much exciting stuff to talk about in the future. Please, if you have not already, you're like thinking to yourself, oh, there's a backlog of Kickstarters. Why would I back Rabid Dogs Volume 2 if I'm waiting for 2 other Kickstarters to ship? The stuff is coming. Protector to Genulane, as you can see, physical copy in my hands. And the Sorcerer's Rites of the Elements is going to be coming right behind. Tragedy at Woodwitch Rise and Cinder Courier Volume 2 will be hot on the heels as well. So, keep the faith. I will talk to you all soon. Thank you for supporting indie games and indie game designers. This is Nick from Breaker Press Games signing off, and I will talk to you all soon.